What's going on, everybody? It's FREEDO here for Your Overwatch. Today we're going to be breaking down how to win 1v1s, as well as a bit of a review of how to utilize the 1v1 mystery duel game type to your favor. I love this mode. I think it's incredibly useful to understanding the mechanics of a character and how to use those plays to win a battle. It isn't necessarily the best way to interact with how the game plays in a 6v6 format, but it'll definitely force you take and learn a command over the character skill sets that you're playing. I think it's absolutely great. I hope they expand on this. I hope they have different maps, maybe add jump pads, maybe add a different way to select the heroes rather than it always being a random matchup. I'd maybe like to see a draft system where you pick and ban down to the 9 engagements that you're going to have and then play the best of 9 that way, or a hot seat where you pick and ban a little bit too, but whoever wins stays on that hero, and then the next player gets to choose which hero out of their remaining pool that they toss at that player to try to retake momentum of the engagement. A lot of cool ways that this 1v1 mode can go, and I think it's really great. But let's get on into how you can utilize this yourself. Well, what the 1v1 mode will force you to do is realize wind conditions for engagements. So for instance, on screen right now, we're looking at Soldier. The best burst damage that Soldier can get off is his Helix rocket. His rifle is actually quite mediocre for the most part and doesn't kill things quickly. So in the soldier versus soldier battle, it pretty much comes down to who gets the money Helix rocket and capitalizes off of it, and that's how you're going to win. That's called a win condition. Now, there's always going to be multiple win conditions for any engagement in any game, but establishing what those are for yourself will be almost like a window to see the road to victory. In this 1v1, what's the goal? Kill the other guy. That's what you're trying to do. But what's more important is knowing the best routes to get there. What do you have to do to overcome the other player you're playing against? In the Genji versus Genji battle, having better shuriken accuracy and getting more value out of your swift strikes. If your swift strike hits, that's 50 guaranteed damage and you're already 1/4 of the way there to winning the duel. And of course, there are some general principles that apply to every type of duel. For instance, high ground gives you the most options. It makes you the hardest target and it makes it harder for the enemy to get out of your line of sight, whereas it's easier for you to get out of theirs. So simply knowing a few of these bag of tricks will set you up to succeed in these 1v1 battles. You'll win a lot of them simply by just having smarter positioning and realizing what is required of you to win the battle. In a Zenyatta 1v1, it's quite a bit cut and dry. Get value out of Discord and hit headshots, and then you'll be on the front foot. Knowing when you are on the front foot can help you close out the engagement. When you know the enemy player is injured and it's time for you to capitalize on that and pounce their positioning, that's how you can stop them from getting away. But also at the same time, you have to know if there's other win conditions that they have that they can trap you into. If you're trying to clean up the kill as Widowmaker, you flying across the map might find yourself into a full charged Widow scope where she takes that duel instead of you. An engagement like Reaper, though, is far much more difficult to fight your way back out of, because as both characters only can deal so much damage at a medium range, if you have more money shotgun spread shots and you get the advantage, and as long as your aim stays true enough, the enemy Reaper almost can never shoot his way out of the situation. There isn't enough skill shot potential there for them to take advantage of. If one player doesn't really understand the win conditions of the engagement, and you do, you'll almost win just because of that. But an interesting thing happens when both players know what the win conditions are. Then what happens is a footsie battle, which really is what this entire 1v1 brawl game is all about. Eddie on this channel made an amazing video about winning 1v1 engagements with footsie duels and with punishing, which we will leave linked in the description and annotated at the end of this video. So I won't get too in-depth with that. But in short, you do want to be playing a mind game with your opponent, and sometimes feinting that you're going to be doing the good play, actually doing a worse play just so they try to capitalize on that, and then you spring out with a different move that they don't expect. I actually didn't get good footage of this playing today, but I did get it on stream. But in a Soldier 1v1, I purposely came up from the bottom of a staircase yielding high ground to the enemy soldier, which is typically better, but I pre-aimed the spot that he would come up with a helix rocket, which completely trumped any high ground positioning he had. He missed his helix, because I knew exactly where he was going to go. I hit mine, and I was able to flush him out and win the duel easily. So a lot of times it isn't just about doing what is the correct play all the time. Sometimes you have to try to do something that's a little weird just to catch your opponent off guard. The biggest space you see this at the pro side of play is when two Reinhardts are trying to jockey for position to land an Earthshatter. They'll fake putting their shield up and down, and once in a while, you'll see a supposedly pro Reinhardt completely whiff an Earthshatter because the enemy Reinhardt had their shield up and it looked like they may have gone to charge or Earthshatter themselves. To the naked eye, that might seem like just horribly bad fundamental play, but in reality, it's like reverse psychology working on top of itself. And that's what duels are all about. Now, the way you get really good is get advanced in your mechanical play. Because once all these rules are understood about which abilities are the most important when, and both players more or less are at a wash in that skill set, it comes down to your mechanical skills. But unfortunately, that's way too big of a concept to be dealing with in this video alone. But the good news is, we will have videos on mechanical aim, as well as many other Overwatch videos coming out to this channel each and every day, so you're going to want to subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video if you did enjoy, it really does help us out. Check out our Discord server, linked in the description. There you can find teammates to pair up with and discuss with the Your Overwatch community. Follow us on Twitch. We live stream each and every day. So you're going to want to get email notifications to see when we go live. We do all sorts of streams and are expanding that as well. That's been it for me. I've been FREEDO for Your Overwatch. I'll see you guys next time.